Well, kids, we are just 1 week away from NXT TakeOver Respect. But the question becomes, what happened on tonight's NXT? Did they build the Iron Maiden match? Did they put a more emphasis on the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic? We're going to find out all of that and much more as we break down and review NXT for this week right here on Dead on Dave Productions.
So many pieces all back together now. What's your vision?
Yeah. Oh man, I like this. Oh, legend. You killed this one, huh? Look, when one American dream dies, another one takes its place. That is me. Let's go.
I'm real talk, I'd have been to the place where the kings been. Just a common man, but I grind hard. And my gramps told me I should dream big. Pardon me, I don't doubt myself. Conquer with or without your help. Still chasing my dreams, that's why ladies see me as king. If I said I'm almost done with my mission, would you niggas hate admit that I'm gifted? Grind to the max, up in the description. All about my dough like Homer J. Simpson. Yeah, who's that, what's that, here's my sound. Hit him with a boom like Colonel Gal. Watch me go notorious. How you think we live luxurious? Got a team full of them henchmen at your door like milkmen. Black and blue, that self-sin so high I was walking on stilts, man. Legend said he all about the team. Sammy said she all about the dream. She got an ass that shake like Jello. Now watch me.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave, and what you're listening to now is the most appropriate way I could have started the show. That is, of course, Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah's American Dream. Come on, man. If you like hip-hop, they ain't no better than Real Talk Metaphor Messiah. Make sure you go check him out at www.realtalkthetruth.com or simply just Google Real Talk the Metaphor Messiah, and you're gonna hear this and much, much more. Pump that shit again.
We can stomp it out. I ain't never been afraid, gon' swap it out. Got a team that'll cook like the Waffle House. One beef, I'll take you to the slaughterhouse. Playing games and they tripping. I can go long, call it.
That's right. That's right. So check it out, man. You guys are here once again for your weekly NXT review goodness. The good feeling. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to give it to you the best way possible, because you know when you come to Dead on Dave, you're getting the best wrestling review possible. In fact, if it got better than me, I would be worried, because that would be illegal. You would have to get a doctor's prescription to get better than Dead on Dave. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad you're joining me. Make sure you like the video, sub to the channel, because we got to get this thing going, man. We're going up the ass of the YouTube wrestling community. That's right. No, not the wrestling community. The whole of YouTube. We're taking it over, and you guys are a part of it. But let's not get into that too much. Let's go ahead and get right into why you're here. And of course, that is the NXT review. Now, as you know, I haven't watched NXT yet. Oh no, I'm going to watch it right now so I can give you my match by match, segment by segment breakdown. So next time you hear me, I will be busting out a nice little time so you know exactly where I am in the show, so you can follow along if you so choose. And let's get this thing going, man. Let's start this week's NXT. I'm excited. We're building the next week, man. We got NXT TakeOver next week. We got Madison Square Garden on Saturday. Oh, things are popping right here on Dead on Day Productions. We're going to be covering all of it. So here we go. Let's get into it, man. Let's do this thing. No! Stop it. Let's do this thing. Why do I keep doing that? I can't even say let's do this thing. I gotta say let's do this thing like some kind of weird, friggin' strange robot. Program for weirdness. Let's do this thing. What the hell's the matter with me? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the review. My idiosyncrasies aside, let's get into NXT. Here we go. 3 minutes in, and we already got our first little thing of the night. It's just the recap of the Dusty Rhodes Classic and a little announcement that the Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder got eliminated in their match against Gable and Jordan. I don't know why I'm saying it. But Gable and Jordan gets the victory, and they move on to take over Respect. There's only one match left to determine who's going on to the semifinals there at Respect. Because remember, the semifinals and the finals will all take place at NXT TakeOver. So that's what we're starting off NXT with. We are about to watch Enzo Amore and Big Cass take on Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. So this should be really good. Good way to kick off the show. I'm very excited. Let's get into that match right now. Here we go. Oh, shit. 9:23. No, the match is not over yet, but at 9:23 of this match between Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, Balor just landed on Cass's head. It was a shit sandwich, for lack of a better term. Cass's head got sandwiched between Finn Balor's ass and the metal rampway. And you can actually see after the collision, after the head hits the damn ramp like that, you could see Finn grab the back of Cass's head in concern. That's telling, because he hit him hard. That was nasty. I hope that Cass is okay. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this match continues. But it started off like a house of fire. But that was ugly. Ooh, scary looking. Let's get back to it. All right, 14 minutes in, and we got the ending of that really good match. Short, very, very short, and I don't like that. I wish this match would have been about 10 to 12 minutes. It would have been a much better match, but lots of action, very quick. I think it got shortened because of the thing that happened to Cass. I believe that. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm assuming here, because Cass did get a lot of offense in after, but that move that he hit the back of his head on, that looked pretty detrimental. It was kind of a no-sell ending. I'm not a fan of those because I just ripped Cena, so I got to rip Joe for the same thing. I don't like, after a big splash off the top rope, you being able to roll through even after a pin count and then set up for your finisher, and Enzo has no response to it. I don't like that. But hey, they get the win. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe get the victory. They move on in the tournament, which is probably for the best. I think right now they have to be considered the favorites here, because having them win sets up a really good storyline for, I believe, a potential feud. I'm becoming more and more convinced of the fact that it will be Finn Balor who's going to be turning heel. In my experience with leather jackets, they make you evil. Leather jackets tend to make one evil. I've owned a few. In fact, you'll see a picture of me in one when I was wearing that leather jacket that you see in the picture in this slideshow. I was a little more evil than I usually am. I can't explain it, but Balor's got the leather jacket. Pretty sure he's going to go evil. Hashtag evil leather jacket. I think it's coming. We'll see. Looks like we're about to get a nice little backstage promo between Ciampa and Gargano, and it does look like Gargano, at the very least, I don't know about Ciampa, but Gargano is getting very close to actually fully signing with WWE. He has a match coming up at his current promotion. It's an I Quit match where he says if he loses, he will walk away from the company. So, these type of things make a lot of sense, and I hope he does come, because I like what he brings to the table. And I want to see Ciampa too. He's a little psycho. He's a little psycho, and I love it. So let's get to it, and let's see what's next on NXT, shall we? 15:23, we got a nice little promo backstage with Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. It was a good little promo there. Gargano announces he has a match with Apollo Crews, a guy he considers a friend. That should be a really good match. I hope that they give it good time, because that should be a great match. And then Tyler Breeze walks in and, calls them idiots and challenges Ciampa to a match. So 2 really good singles matches for tonight. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's not waste any time. Let's get back into it and see what is next on NXT. Boom! 23 minutes, 11 seconds in, we get the end of it. A very, very good Johnny Gargano versus Apollo Crews match. Very impressed with this match. I thought they both were able to show a lot of offense. But let's face it, here comes the Johnny Jobber chance. We know it's going to come. People are going to start being like, oh, they're just going to bury him because he's an independent guy. That may not necessarily be the case. Look, you got 2 very big, bright stars. The reality is Apollo Crews is the brighter star. That's just how it is. Johnny Wrestling's fantastic. He is a workman's, man. He's a mechanic. He's a great guy. And I think he's going to be able to get over with the fans. We'll see how that goes, how that progresses. But Gargano is there. Let's make no mistake about this. He is there to incorporate that independent style that we want to see so much and make all these NXT guys look a hell of a lot better. Not necessarily win titles, though I think he's very capable of doing so, but we'll see what they decide to do. What does the direction ultimately want to be for NXT? I think that's the beauty of it, is that all those things are possible within NXT. And Gargano is certainly viable at this point because he's great, man. He's great, and he just had a great match with Apollo Crews. In fact, I think that was Apollo Crews' best match since he's been in NXT. He got taken to the limit a little bit early on in the match. We saw a lot of innovative offense out of Gargano. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Let me know what you think of that match. I want to know. I'm very interested. Also, hit that like button. Go. Oh. Yeah. Musical sneeze. Epic sneeze. That's how good that match was. It made me sneeze musically. It doesn't get any better than that. You know it's a good day when the musical epic sneeze comes out of my body. That's what Gargano did for me today. That's what Apollo Crews did. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comment section below. Also, go ahead and hit the like button. Elbow drop. It's Dusty Rhodes Classic, so bionic elbow drop that like button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do so. Also, if you want to support the channel in other ways, you can pick up your copious gear, the copious shirt, copious mug, many other things right on www.deadondave.spreadshirt.com. All things designed by the great Isaac Rojas. Also, you can just donate to the channel if you so see fit. Give the fat man a tip. Say, hey, fat man, love what you do. Here's a tip. You tip your barista, you could tip the fat man, giving you free entertainment. So let's get back to NXT, shall we, and see what is next. Looking forward to more matches and more build for NXT TakeOver Respect. Here we go. 25:37, and we got a funny little backstage segment with William Regal talking to Dana Brooke and Emma, and announcing that Dana will take on Asuka Kana at NXT TakeOver. NXT TakeOver Respect. And Dana was making jokes until Regal showed her a little video. Goodness, I got the hiccups of Asuka. And then that smile went away from the total diva. Not going to be good for her. She's going to get toe up by Asuka. Can't wait to see her. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get back to NXT and see what is up on tap next. Next up, we got Peyton Royce and Billie Kay at 29-14 versus Emma and Dana. If you're wondering why I'm announcing the match, quite frankly, I wasn't sure if I'd remember these girls' names at the end of it. It's not that I don't think they're relevant, but their name, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, blah, 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 blah. Stroke brain, remember? So, So I say it now, so it's in there. Box checked. All right, let's get to it and see how badly Dana Brooke messes up today. Actually, I got to give her credit. She did do quite well last time that we saw her, so maybe she's learning. She's going to learn a lot when she gets in there with Asuka next week. That's going to be funny. Here we go. Let's check out this tag team women's match. Let's check it out. 36 minutes in, and we got a far too long of a match out of Dana Brooke, Emma, Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay. I remember their names. Woohoo. Mainly because Peyton Royce ate shit during this match badly. Weird jump off the middle turnbuckle. Just ate shit. Here's a little Darth Vader coffee action for you. That's right. You wait for me to drink my coffee. Look, it was an interesting match. It wasn't a bad match. There was the eating shit moment, as I just said, but Dana Brooke wasn't. It was just not a very exciting match. And it went on for far too long, I think. A lot of wear down holds. I think with all the other matches that have been on this week, this was not the one to give the most length to. I much rather would have seen a longer match on Gargano and Apollo Crews, or even the tag team match, even though I do think something may have happened to Big Cass that made the match go shorter than it probably should have. But this match went long, and I don't really understand why. It didn't really do anything for me. But, hey, you're trying to put somebody in as strong a spotlight as possible for when she has to take on Asuka next week. Good luck with that, Dana. That woman scares me. But let's go ahead and get back to it and see how NXT moseys on after that little matchup. Here we go. 38-23, and we got a backstage promo with Jason Jordan, now JJ, and Chad Gable. So sick. Where they're talking about how they are going to move on in the tournament, but they also took a little bit of shot at Dash and Dawson. I always fuck their names up. Dash and Dawson, and then they take exception to that and kind of set up, which from a wrestling standpoint, for pure wrestling, this will be the best matchup. If that happens in the finals, that will be the best matchup. But more than likely, it's going to be the biggest star power match. And obviously, the biggest star power match is Corbin and Rhino versus Joe and Balor. Without the title being defended there, they're going to need a big thing there, aside from, obviously the women's main event, which is great, but they're going to want to sell that big. So I'm looking for those two to face in the finals, but I definitely want to see Gable and Jordan versus Dash and Dawson, man. That's awesome. I want to see that match bad. Let's see what's next up here on NXT, shall we? As I take another drink from my Darth Vader mug. Feel the force, bitches. Wow, 50 minutes in, Tyler Breeze and Tommaso Ciampa with the match of the night for me. That was amazingly well done. They tore it down. I could have saw that for another 10 minutes. That was a great matchup. Ciampa gets the loss, though. So, once again, these independent guys that we're not sure are even signed with NXT continue to take losses. Now, that's going to make people wary about the WWE's intentions, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, look at the two guys that they lost to. Apollo Crews is an up-and-coming superstar that they are really putting a rocket up. There's no reason to have him lose to Gargano, even though he's Johnny Wrestling and he's great. And Tyler Breeze has been in NXT since, like, the beginning. He has worked harder than arguably almost anybody else. Still has not gotten to the main roster, but him to lose to Ciampa would be a huge step backwards for him, especially with him going into a match with Apollo Crews at NXT TakeOver. So, I don't know. I think it was a great match, and it's okay, man. When you're going to have bigger matches like this, somebody's got to lose. And it's okay if somebody takes the loss. That's why it's good to have series of matches sometimes, and I'm sure we will see more from these guys. Great match. I enjoyed it. Lots of action, back and forth. Great offense. I enjoyed it. Hope you don't hear my wife coughing in the background. She's sick. It's unfortunate. Luckily, I'm immune to bronchitis. She's got the bronchitis, but I always have it because I have chronic bronchitis. Little getting to know you about your favorite fat guy. That's right. Had it since I was a kid. So I'm immune. Cough in my face, wife. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out the main event, which I'm pretty sure is going to be an Iron Maiden countdown to that match. So let's check it out. Here we go. Okay, well, that's it. That was basically the end of the show. The last 9 minutes was just promo for that Iron Woman match, which I guess is fine, but I don't know. I'm not really happy with that. I think an in-ring segment would have been a little more effective there. I don't know. That's a little weird to me. What do you guys think of the ending of NXT? I feel a little shortchanged. I got to be honest, just a tiny bit, but considering we have Madison Square Garden and, of course, NXT TakeOver next week, I'm not going to bitch too heavy because it was a pretty damn good episode. Not as good as last week, but I'll give it a 7, a weak 7, because I want to go into the 6s, but I don't know if that's fair. So I give it a, 6.75. That's right. 3 3/4 stars. No, 6.75. I think that's a really fair assessment of tonight's show. There were some really good matches, but there were some weak points too, and the ending, I think, was lackluster. So there you go. Tell me what you guys think. Are you excited for Madison Square Garden? Are you excited for next week NXT TakeOver Respect? Let me know. Hit me up in the chat. Hit me up on Twitter at DeadOnDaveV. Go check out the Dead on Dave fan site on Facebook. I think it's like This Guy's Take on It or some shit. So go ahead, check all that stuff out, man. I really appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. We do not do this without you. So thank you. Join me tonight live right after SmackDown for your SmackDown review. Taking your calls, and just to prove that I'm taking your calls, because thanks to your donations, we have this number, 702-751-2902. You can call in on that number live and get your comments about Smack Digging It Down, because we'll be live right after SmackDown. So excited about that. We'll see you a little bit later right here on Dead on Day Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We will see you next time. Keep it copious, bitches. Peace.